all people, men and women, gender fluid people, non-binary people, transgender people, and gender non-conforming people can realize their fullest potentials.
In 1995, a group of people gathered in Beijing and changed the world. The event was the UN's World Conference on Women, a historic place marker for civil society, liberation movements, the fight against poverty, LGBTIQ, and more. To honor the Beijing conference and before and after International Women's Day, we speak to the people extending that legacy.
It was the time when the women's liberation movements in China were connected to the international track. Gender equality became a common language, regardless of the party ideology or cultural tradition. New gender-related topics emerged in China, such as the representation of women in mass media, the intervention in domestic violence, gender discrimination at workplace, and reproductive health. Another legacy of the Beijing conference was the introduction of the concept of NGOs as a form of independent civic organizations. Human rights campaigns can be led not only by the government, but also by grassroots. The Beijing Declaration introduced gender mainstreaming, a call for the re-examination of the basic structure of inequality. And the work on gender equality is no longer limited to women and their social status. It was also committed to restructuring institutions and decision-making process in society as a whole. Many people are wondering if we still need to celebrate International Women's Day, since women's status has improved a lot. However, we are still far from closing economic gender gap. International Women's Day reminds us that gender equality is not the fight of the half of the population against the other half. It's about people against inequality. I envision a planet where we have fewer gender stereotypes and more choices over our bodies and our own lives. I hope by doing more research, I can have a deeper understanding of the society and eventually turn my research into activism.
I'm James Chow. The Gender Sessions is a special series and partnership brought to you by the China Current and GlobalHealth 50/50.